Hello everyone, welcome back. We are doing Steel, rounding out the set review here of Azurite C. A lot of exciting things so far, and we're going to close on Steel, one of my favorite colors in Lorcana. Starting off with Kakamora, long-range specialist. When you play this character, if you have another pirate here, you can deal 1 damage to a character location. Fine, but 1 damage isn't 2, and 2 is really what you want to be. I think this is going to fall short a bit. Uninkable is really kicking in the teeth for me. Getting out of here with this one right off the bat. We're going to move right along, though, to another Kakamora. Boy, those things are hard to say. On a quest, draw a card and then choose and discard a card to deal 1 damage to a chosen character location. If you discard a pirate, deal 3 instead. No. This is a 7 cost uninkable. For some reason I thought it said shift and I still didn't like it. No. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over that one. I'm over the Kakamoras. We're done with those. Next up we have Jim Hawkins. 2 cost 0/4 during your turn. When you play this card, whenever a card spins your inkwell, it gets Challenger 2. Really good with Sail. Sail the Azurite Sea. Put multiple ink to the turn, same turn. It can challenge 4. Not great because it fails the Fox tests. You can't really quest with it into a Mim Fox turn. But it's not the worst. It can challenge 4, which is kind of cool. But I'm not looking forward to trying it, and I don't think it's very good. It could see fringe play if you really want to play more Jim Hawkins, but we'll see. Love Mr. Big. Mr. Big's so cool. It is way overcosted, and it is not really good. We're going to go with 1 here. This character can't be challenged by characters with strength 2 or greater. Yeah, this one's not good. No, nothing really to say here. Let's go. The best variation of this type of effect we've seen Jafar, we've seen Cruella, and now we've seen Mr. Smee. They're all evasive during your turn, can challenge evasive characters. This is the best one because it's a pirate. Pirate synergies have made it so that it's the best of the bunch. Not to mention the shift variation. This one's a solid, again, 2.5. It's not amazing. It's a role player. Maybe you'll include it, maybe you won't. If you want some more pirates, sure. But the pirate himself, the pirate Floodborn captain, Smee, Captain the Jolly Roger. 3/6 for 6, my least favorite stat line in the entire game. When you play this character, you may deal damage to chosen character equal to the number of other pirates in play. Really wish it didn't say other. I would consider this a lot more if it said just pirate characters in play, so it included itself. It does not. I am giving it a 2. I don't think this is very good. I really wish it was, but it's just not. It has really good shift targets, but the card itself is just not good. Maybe I'll eat my words with it. Maybe I won't. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to see any play. I think it's the worst stat line imaginable. Uninkable 6/3/6. Yeah, I'm out. This is a better stat line. 5/6/4. And this is a character I didn't know existed until today. Mullins, seasoned shipmate. We have a character named Mr. Smee in play. This character gains resist 1. Nope. Not even a captain. 1.5 because it's inkable. Next up, Kahoot. No. Nope. Steel is getting the set 5 Ruby treatment, where it has no good cards. Mentor King, maybe King for Pride Lands, but no. 1.5 because it's inkable. Hercules. 4 cost 2/4 Challenger 2 fails the Mim test. Man, I'm gonna be harsh on Steel cards because Steel is such my favorite color, but these are all just bad. Hero Prince maybe, but it's just not good. It dies to everything and doesn't do much while it's in play or on defense. John Silver. You play his character, chosen character can't challenge during the next turn. This is not bad. This is a solid role player. I think this one's going to see a bit of play. It is an alien for something we'll get to in a bit. The pirate captain also is relevant for Mr. Smee and other pirate synergies. Protecting your characters. This does basically what that Amber Mama Roo, whatever the kangaroo was, when it quests, it has this effect to chosen character. Yeah, this one's fine actually, but it's a fine role player. It's not a very good card. It's just okay. One of the better cards. This is a solid 3. Alien, not a pirate, unfortunately, even though it kind of looks like a pirate. Looks like an admiral of some kind. As it sees, we're holding steady captain. I'm guessing they're talking to, they're on the ship. They're a captain or some kind of pirate. Why they're not a pirate, I have no idea. It doesn't make sense to me. This card's 3. It has a reasonable body that doesn't die to storm. Quest for 2, pretty aggressive. Fine card. Not amazing. Alien for, again, some of the alien synergies. We've seen Grand Councilwoman as one of the things, and we'll get to the other one in a little bit here. Not a pirate because he's a good guy, sure. good guy. That's fine. But still, good guys can be pirates. You're saying Mickey's not a good guy. So 5 cost, uninkable 5/5. Okay. 2 lore. Okay. Shift 3. Okay. Is there a 1 cost Jim Hawkins? I don't think there's a 1 cost Jim Hawkins. There's the 0/4 we just saw, not a 1. When you play this character, you may deal 1 damage chosen character or location. This card is like a dial or 2 away from being an amazing card. If this was inkable, amazing. If it was when you play or when this character quests, amazing. As it stands, 2.5, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. It's really big. 5/5 for 5 is kind of big. 2 lore and be able to ping 1 time, not great. If you could repeat ping, maybe, but it falls short just barely. But if, again, a dial was turned, I imagine at some point this was inkable. I imagine at some point this was a little smaller. I imagine at some point this also dealt damage on quest. Something along those lines. But they just didn't want it to be good. For whatever reason, it's just okay. Maybe playable in some capacity if there's a 1 cost Jim Hawkins down the road, but there isn't, I don't believe. It's the reverse Cerberus. I think we already have this as well in the form of a Donald Duck. Super cool art, I will say. But not very good. 1.5. Not even a 2. 1.5. Gather 2. Cool card. I'm out on the cool cards, though. Don't want to hear them. Billy Bones. Pirates and an Alien, which is 2 good card types. When this character is banished, you may banish chosen item or location. I like this more than Benja, honestly. Because Benja wants me to wait to play it until after a Quill's been played or anything like that. Where this one, I can just play it, and then if they have something in play, then great. Then I can just keep questing, and then if they want to kill it, then they have to lose something of theirs, or I get to just keep questing. I think this is a little bit better than Benja, honestly. I'm giving it a 2.5 because I think that 2 health kind of limits it on what it can be played in. Dying to Green Steel and Amber Steel pretty hard is a little rough, but if this is a 3/2 for sure, but as it stands, just a little bit too innocuous, but 2.5 is fine. Next up, Pluto, 4 cost bodyguard. Has no damage. It's 5/5. This card's pretty good. 3 stars. This card's huge, right? Like, it's just a 4 cost 5/5. It's a 4 cost 5/5. This is just a 4 cost 5/5. Yeah, this card's great. I don't know exactly where it's going to fit. Like, I'd want to put it in Steel Song, kind of, to protect against a Maui. It protects my Robin Hoods. It's good into killing Medusas and then healing up with Rapunzel's. It's pretty good. Like, but it just doesn't do anything besides that. But I think this is a really good card. Survives all of the tests. Sure, they have to throw away a card to then, they can storm it and then challenge into it. Sure. Whatever you want to do to do that. But it doesn't die to anything. It trades with everything. This card's really good. I think this is one of the best steel cards in the set, honestly, which is sad, but it's a little bit better than Ruby got last set, which was basically no playable cards. This card's fine. I'm happy to include it. I'm going to try it in a lot of decks. In kind of Steel Fasa, the Amber Steel Mufasa decks, this card's probably going to be great. It's a 4 cost 5/5. Scrooge was uninkable. Granted, it had two lore, but yeah, the card's good. Mickey Mouse. So your character named Pluto, which we just saw, have resist 1. This is cute into off of the 1 cost Pluto that accelerates your characters. The kind of sorry, one second. Never use natural lighting except always. This card's kind of fine against with the 1 cost Pluto that accelerates you to play this and have essentially a 0/2 with resist 1, so it's more likely to survive a full turn. Not just die to every 2 strength character that like turn box followers. That's fine, but it's not going to be played. Not enough Plutos. Excuse me. Cobra Bubbles. Man, I wish this card was good, but it's just not. It's like, why does it cost 5? Why is it only a 3/4? Why does this cost 2 to use? I digress. No, 1.5. Not anywhere where I want it to be. I wish, but it's not. Oddly enough, I really like this card. I think this is a 3.5. This card's solid. It's just big enough to not die to Medusa, which I don't like to bring up a lot. And it's a captain. It's an alien. It has good types. It has 4 lore. Yeah, I can see this card being played. I can see this thing being something you want to Mickey into to then be able to quest with, or you just want to play, your Pluto to protect so it can't get challenged by Maui. Yeah, this is a great card to put down. This is huge. 3 willpower obviously is not 2, so it's not, just going to die to storms, but it's a sizable body. I'm a big fan. I'm going to try this a lot of decks. I think it's just a big threat, and people are underestimating that part of it. Speaking of big threats, are still legendary. One of the ones we're going to go through here. Wreck-It Ralph. 6 cost, uninkable, 4/4, 3 lore. Okay. 6 cost, 4/4, uninkable. Ugh, right? You're looking at Medusa's range. Exact same cost and stats as Medusa. The 3 lore part is a big bonus. This character questing, you banish a item or location to gain 2 lore. It does not have to be your own. You can kill your opponent's items, locations. This card's pretty solid. I'm giving it a 3 because I don't think it's amazing at the uninkable stat line. But I do think this card's very, very strong. It's probably the best, kind of the most chance of seeing play in Steel in the set. One of the best cards to play, potentially. Blue Steel, obviously, you can make use of this card. You can ink it with Tipo or Fishbone Quill if you really need to. And that has a lot of items to always kind of be questing for 5, but you're really going to shine when you get to kill cards like Queen's Castle, which admittedly you're probably going to have to give them a card. But again, in conjunction with cards like Pluto, can really make, more than one use out of this card. Questing for 5 is no joke. We've seen Ariel, the warded Ariel, do similar types of things. I think this would obviously be too good if it was on play and quest, a little too good. But on just quest alone, I think is strong. It's a solid card. I expect to see some play. I don't really know where yet, but we'll try it out. All right. Calhoun, card that was revealed today. Strong card. Really kind of cool. It is a 2 cost 3/2 resist 1. So it passes the storm test. It passes the fox test. During your turn, whenever this banishes on a character in challenge, gain 2 lore. This card's great. This is a 3.5. It's not a 4, unfortunately, but it's a very strong card. One of the coolest things I think I would use this card with is Cogsworth, the 1 cost Amethyst Cogsworth. Being able to just play this and then rush it in to kill something, gain 2 lore out of nowhere late in the game, and yeah, just a super solid card. Also works with the other Cogsworth, the blue Cogsworth, the 5 cost 1, because it gives then resist 2, basically unkillable. Resist 2 is pretty hard to kill. But yeah, this card's amazing. I know it's uninkable, but whatever, it's a solid card. You're just going to keep playing it, and I imagine this card certainly makes a slot in the Pride Lands deck. It's a hero for fill. It's a aggressive body that doesn't die very easily. It has good, challenging capabilities. Solid card. Big fan. 3.5, definitely warranted. Not quite a 4, but close. Captain Amelia. This character can't be challenged by pirate characters. Okay, so here we have the anti-pirate pirate. That's not even a pirate, it's a captain. I guess that makes sense now since they say pirates are the bad guys. I don't think all pirates are bad. Just me. But while being challenged, your other characters gain resist 1. Works really well with bodyguards. And this can't be challenged by pirates. Pretty solid. You obviously want to be able to give this some type of evasion to make it so it can't be challenged and it protects all your other characters. I think it's a solid 3.5. I don't think it's quite a 4. It's a pretty interesting card in the context of what the format's going to look like. How many pirates are going to exist in the format? How many are going to be played? How challenging is it going to work with your opponent's characters? What type of removals can be played if Brawl and Medusa are still, everywhere? Which I expect them to be in some capacity. This is going to look worse. But there's a lot of things you can do to make this card better. With Alice, maybe Sapphire Steel, giving that Alice resist 1 is huge. And the 3 cost uninkable Alice, when you quest with it, gives something ward. You can give this ward, give Alice resist 1 when challenged, doesn't die to Fox then. Solid. This card could be, a pretty good game breaker. And also, now there's a plethora of captains for Smee to really just be, a 2 cost 3/3 all the time. Smee is really the biggest winner of the set. The set 3 Smee, the 3/3 that quest for 2. But yeah. Jafar, Power Hungry Vizier. During your turn, whenever cards enter your ink will deal 1 damage to chosen character. 5 cost 3/4 is not going to be exciting for me. Wish it was a 4/4. Wish it was inkable. It could be annoying. I guess that's why they want to do it, but repeatable ping effects is obnoxious. Next up, the last character here, John Silver, Stern Captain. So this is huge, right? Big. There's a lot of John Silvers now. There's the 3 costs we look at that stops challenging. There's the 3 costs from set 3 that gets bigger for each of your locations. There's the Emerald 1, that's the 6 cost 1, which you're not going to shift on top of. Shift 5, resist 2. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to each opposing readied character. I'm not feeling this card. It's really big. Like, but is it better than Cinderella? Is it? Like, is it better than Cindy 7? No, right? I mean, Cindy 7 has at least 3 lore. Yes, this is 1 bigger. But what's that breakpoint changing for us? What's attacking for 7? Really? I mean, Fox plus Crab is a breakpoint, sure. It doesn't really answer anything, really. Like, deal 1 damage to each opposing readied character. I mean, it doesn't kill... I don't know. I'm not about this. I'm 2. It's inkable, so it gets a 2. This is just not. I'd be happy to be wrong, but I mean, I'm seeing some people in my chat saying it kills Prince John in 2 turns. Yeah, I'm glad that my 8 cost 5 shiftable card that requires me to throw away another card to shift on top of, that deals with their 3-drop that makes me discard cards and then draw cards, is in play on turn 5. I'm so happy that I had to wait till the following turn to deal 1 damage to it, and then the following turn again to deal 1 more damage to it. That's not happening. That's just not happening. This card's not good. Steel got the Shaft. The set. At least there's songs, right? Choose 1. Deal 2 damage to a character. Banish an item. Flexible, but bad. 2. I'm still here. Chosen character gets resist 2 until the start of your next turn. Draw a card. This is a good one. This is a 3.5. This is a solid card. Good at protecting something. If you really need to protect it for a turn, it gets removal, some kind of damage-based removal. Sure. Draws a card. It's a song. Inkable. Sure. Could be really, really good. Probably not the half. Probably just a 3. It's just a 3. Undo. All you. It's fine. Twin Fire. 2 damage to chosen character, then you may discard a card, deal 2 damage to another chosen character. I understand why this is uninkable. It'd be really, really impressive and probably too good at inkable. But this card's either backbreaking or does nothing. And it's worse than Baboom. And it has to be another, so you can't deal 4 to the same character. 2, it may be some weird situation when you want this in your deck against really aggressive decks, but I can't fathom it. I'm not about it. Ambush. Exert one of your characters, deal damage to chosen character, or strength. It's also just poor removal. Maybe, but I doubt it. It's not even a song to sing. Muffet. Unfortunate situation. It's unfortunate that this card exists at its cost. I feel like this card could have costed 3 and been fine. Obviously, it'd be good, but I don't think it'd be so good that it's obnoxious. Because them getting to choose obviously gets around ward, but also means very bad against 1-cost characters. So I think that this one could have been 3 cost and been fine, but as it stands, it's very middling. Again, it's not. I'm not about it. I want to find something fun to look at in Steel, but there just isn't one. Here we go, right? King Sensor Core. Your Prince and King characters gain resist 1. There's a lot of those. I can't really go through the whole list. Basically, everything that you put on the Pride lands can be put on here. It's all your Simbas. Great. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's Prince or King, put it to your hand. Otherwise, top of your deck. So the Queen Sensor Core gives you lore passively at the start of your turn and has the same effect and costs 1 less. This one gives resist 1. Everything in play. I think the resist is better than the lore, honestly. For keeping a board present, it's more likely to give you lore than just the passive lore. So it could be good there. I haven't given a check at all of the King and Prince characters that you could play. I'm sure at some point in time we could. I'm going to give it a 3 for a build around. It could be good. The effect is better, I think, than the Queen Sensor Core. But it's not amazing. It's just, it could be okay. 2.5, 3. Yeah. Training Dubby. Chosen character gains Bodyguard. Moving on. Sunglasses. Draw and discard. Don't say Lilo. Don't say Lilo. This is not good. You don't actually gain anything by playing it with Lilo. You don't. You really don't. I like the card for its art. I love Cobra Bubbles. Yeah. Break my neck. At the start of your turn, deal damage to chosen character or location equal to the number of characters here. It's really hard to move things here. Maybe use this with the Moana that puts everything there. It is unfortunate that this is not optional, so if they have no characters or locations, you have to shoot something of your own for each character there. A little obnoxious that that exists, but maybe you can just shoot the location itself. I'm sad that this can't be put into play with the Ruby Jim Hawkins, because that thing requires it to be 4 or less to play it. I don't think this card's very good. The 9 is appealing, and the 2 lore is appealing, but having to cost 2 to move it is really a big deal. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Okay, well, Steel has been a bust. Let's go to the last card in Steel, and the last card of the set review. 3 cost, 7 willpower. Okay, inkable. 1 lore. If you have an alien or robot here, this location can't be challenged. Okay, it doesn't say exerted character. It doesn't say alien or robot exerted character here. So you can use it with any of the cards I've highlighted that are aliens. Not necessarily robots. There's not too many robots that are really that great. But a lot of the aliens, the 2 cost 2 1 2 with resist 1, John Silver, all those things, while here, mean that this is a passive lore game that can't be challenged by Maui. Pretty good. I think it's a solid 3. I think decks that want locations in Steel and maybe Ruby or Steel and Amethyst might play this deck or this card as a really hard to deal with location. Most of the ways that people deal with locations are after they've dealt with the characters. So I don't know if that's going to be too big of a deal, but I think that this one's worth looking at. There aren't too many 1-cost aliens. I think it's just Stitch from set 1. It's the only 1-cost alien that exists. But it's definitely a cool direction to be moving in, and I like that it doesn't require it to be exerted, so you actually can get some staying power with your card there. Putting a card with Ward there would be annoying for some players, but at least it's only 1 lore turn versus more, or for each alien, or whatever it is. But that's going to do it here. Unfortunately for Steel, if I'm looking back, and I'm really giving my honest opinion on what the best card for the set is in Steel, it's maybe Gantu, maybe Ralph. Probably the one that's going to see the most play is Calhoun. I think that's the best Steel card in the set that's going to see the most amount of play and be in the most amount of decks. I'm surprised it's not a captain. I think they are referred to as a captain or maybe commander in the movie. I don't recall exactly in the first movie, but yeah, it's not really. It is a very niche deck it'll fit in because it does require you to have uninkable slots, and Steel of all colors has the biggest barrier to entry in with uninkables because of Storm, Homeworld, Zeus. All those cards and Naveen are all uninkable. And if you want to play Lanterns, all those things, you kind of go up the chain as far as your uninkable count. So this is a tough fit there, but I think it's going to be the most played Steel card from the set. Captain Amelia is the next card. I mean, it's kind of funny. There are 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a row as far as card numbers. This is 189. This is 190. This is 191, 182. The 4 best Steel cards in the set, probably. None of which are great. This is probably the best one. I think it's best in Amethyst as far as combining it with Cogsworth to rush it in. Better than Smee, not so much, not in Steel Song because it's not inkable. But better than Smee in a vacuum, probably, yeah. Just being able to challenge pretty well is nice. Being able to kill anything with 2 strength for free. Gain some lore. Obviously not in a vacuum where you're just questing or against maybe a Ruby Sapphire. You'd probably want Smee anyway, but it depends on the deck you're playing and how you're playing it and what the strategy is overall. But yeah, solid card. Nothing else really piques my fancy. Everything else is kind of meh. Nothing really for Steel Song. Steel Song didn't really get anything this set. You could make an argument for some of the Amber cards I didn't really like Naveen's Ukulele or whatever it is. I don't really think those are going to work for it. I'm, again, always thrilled to be proven wrong. It's my favorite thing to be done is proven wrong because I like having my opinion challenged. It's very fun. I want to see it. I want to believe in it. I want to go with it all and kind of go, from here on out, try to see what's up. Man, I forgot about this one. This is probably the best Steel card. Sorry. Pluto's the best Steel card. Pluto's great. It's 4 cost 5/5. Bodyguard. 4 cost 5/5 bodyguard. Best card. Yep. That's it. Here we go. We found it. Pluto gets all the rating. Every rating. Pluto, best card. Best Steel card. See? amazing. Quote me on it right here. Best steel card. I don't know. I'm all whatever they are. You can go that one. You can go back to it all. But this has been fun. I really like the set. I'm really excited to start experimenting. There's a lot of build arounds in this set. A lot of cards which are just begging to be built around and to maybe spawn new archetypes. I really want to see new archetypes and new styles of decks come through with this set, and I'm looking forward to getting to it as soon as I can. So get my hands on the cards, which is 2 weeks from this week, right? I'm recording this on November 4th, so next week, not this week, but next week. So, yep, here we are. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching all these videos here on YouTube. And if you ever want to check this out live, I usually do it as soon as I can. As soon as I can find the full card set images for each set release. Join me on Twitter live, or not Twitter, Twitch live, and interact with me in chat. I do read chat. I don't really respond to it too much while I'm recording. But yeah, ton of fun. But until next time, thanks for watching.